Hello, folks. Mike Gilligan, Smash Parental Alienation. I just want to take advantage of some of the energy I'm feeling. To all the people in Facebook who saw my video last night, thank you very much. And please continue to support us. I just want to qualify myself a little bit to you. My name is Mike Gilligan. I'm 53 years old. I'm a retired New York City police officer. I presently drive a school bus, and I am a target parent in parental alienation. I don't take any honor in this title, but that's what I am. And no order of protections against this man. No arrests. Nothing negative in the domestic violence type arena. I've been very careful with how I've conducted myself. Not everything is perfect, and I've been through a lot. I've had false allegations thrown at me through the police department, and I've overcome those things, and I made it through 24 years. I just wanted to let you know that before I start speaking again about parental alienation, because most people right away they hear that you can't see your kids right away. You got to be somebody. There's something wrong with you, or you must be a jerk off. But that's not the case. It really is not the case. It's not the case for most of us. There are those cases where there are those negative things occurring, but not here. And I want to speak out for the people like me and people in my position. And hopefully what I'm saying helps gets people out of the closet that are dealing with this on their own, and understand that there is help, and that there is support, and that we need to band together and do something about this. There was recently a slideshow, a video about parental alienation, and it was alienating parents' top actions. I really enjoyed watching this because it highlighted what an alienating parent does. And I'm going to do a series of videos right now and highlighting and talking about these points. The first point in this slideshow, number one of the top actions of an alienating parent is expressing no enthusiasm for fun events you're doing with your children. Vacations, amusement parks, barbecues, anything that you do as a non-custodial parent with your children. And that is extremely true. In my case, almost every time I took my sons away, I had to have the lawyers or courts involved because mom didn't want them to go, or mom was influencing them against going, making them feel bad. What comes to my mind is a conversation I had to have in secret with my son, with my oldest son, Kyle. We were at a pool, swimming in a local pool here, and having a good time. And it was a week before we were going to leave to go to Utah to visit my mom and my stepdad. Well, anyway, he grabs me aside and he says to me, Dad, and this is out of earshot of his brother, because his brother happened to be a little bit of a tattletale, goes back to mom and says everything, which, I understand that happens. But he goes, Mom is making me feel real bad about going to Utah with you. I want to go, but she's making me feel real bad. And it was a tough parenting moment for me to hear that from my son. My heart broke for him, and my heart broke for us. And I told him, I says, you're entitled to go. There's nothing going to happen. I says, I'm not taking you or stealing you. I says, you're going to come home to mommy. I don't understand why this is a big issue. You're going to have a good time and see mom and see Nanny and Bill, and we're going to do things and have a great time. You're going to come home better for the experience. And the little guy, he was confused. He was actually, when he was a real little boy, he was the one that fought for me. And I used to have to tell him to stop, back talking mommy and yelling at her that, it's Dad's day, it's Dad's day. 2 and 3 years old, this kid is yelling at his mother. And she actually said one time at the front door when I picked him up, he's a little Mike Gilligan. And I said, thank God, but she had to really work on that kid to get him, to turn him around, to negatively influence him against me. And I'm telling you this because not to put down my ex-wife, because I really believe my ex-wife, there's something wrong with her. She's mentally ill. And the alienating is just something that she does. And the real problem is the courts. And that point I just said, I mean, and all these other points. We'll do number 2. Limits child cell phone and computer usage, so you would rarely get a call, text, or Skype from them. That's extremely true. The alienating parent cuts communication off. Period. You're constantly leaving messages on a cell phone. I actually gave my sons cell phones. Mom confiscated them and actually changed the passcodes on them and blocked my number from my phones. I had to threaten her with arrest to get the phones back. And she surrendered right away when I told her I was going to have her arrested for petty larceny, and I'm going to call the Suffolk County Police right now. Not that they would have arrested her, because the cops out here are pretty at the time, and I still feel that they're a bit on the corrupt side. And but anyway, that's a different story. But this is what an alienating parent does, and those 2 first points are things that lawyers and the honorable lawyer, they love to hear, and they take advantage of those high conflict situations, and then they expand on it, and they let it flourish, they let it flower, and the one who has the easiest job is the one representing my ex-wife. They don't have to do anything. They just let her be the way she is, and she doesn't cooperate with anything. She doesn't want to compromise on nothing, and this creates hours in court. $350 an hour, $400 an hour. This is what goes on. And, adjournment here, adjournment there. I'm presently in court for contempt against my ex. My case has been adjourned about 5-6 times. It was just adjourned yesterday because the law guardian had back surgery. And maybe it's legit. She does have back surgery. So I agreed to it, but I've offered a settlement, and hopefully that occurs. But this is what an alienating parent does. And my point is, if you're an alienating parent, if you're an alienating parent, I want to hear from you. I want you to justify what you do. Justify it to me. Let's have a conversation. But if you're being alienated, I want you to do a video like this. I want you to take these points. I want to share your experience on video. And we need to send this even to our representatives in the legislatures and in the county, state level, and even in the presidential election. Very important year this year. And nobody's talking about family law or court reform, and it's a huge, huge problem. Next to terrorism, I think that's one of the biggest problems in this country, and it's destroying the American family. The basic foundation of which we are founded is being destroyed systematically, on purpose, and it needs to stop. So I'm going to do another video. I'm going to keep going down with these points and see where it goes. Thank you very much. Appreciate your support. May 14th, Montauk Point. Come walk with us. Have a conversation. If you're an alienating parent, well, please come out. Let's have a conversation, because I'd love to talk. I'd love for you to defend your position, and because we never hear from you. We never hear from you, and I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.